Hey, what's going on here? Oh my goodness. Hey, man. Especially you black with that red hat on, man. Get out of here. What you doing in here? You ain't got nothing to be mad about. You make $80,000 a year. Get out of here. You redhead, I guess you probably can't read. You get out of here too. You know what I'm saying? How did we get there? How did we get to this point right here in time? I'll tell you how. On December the 19th, Donald J. Trump tweeted while he still could. A great report and a 36-page report by Peter Navarro. There was enough votes to sufficiently swing the victory to Trump. Yeah, whatever. Big protest in D.C. on January the 6th. Be there, be wild. January 30th, 2020. January 6th. See you in D.C. All caps. Where are we at? The fuse has been lit. Let's talk about it.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Fellow Americans.
True to our traditions as a nation of laws, advances our security as well as our values.
One, two. Here we go again. And this time, you can't say that it's over or it's going to be over on January 20th because to me, in my opinion, humble opinion, we're just getting started, people. You know what I'm saying? We're just getting started. And what happened on January 6th in the United States Capitol, also known as Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, a.k.a. Chocolate City, we had a bunch of people rallied up. A lot of you think from that day, they were just rallied up. You know, they got there by, happenstance or whatever. But no, this has been brewing for, I would say, months. Actually, even years, and it started with years, maybe 2015, 16, with rallying up the conspiracy crowd, the people that believe Bigfoot, and all kind of other things, you know what I'm saying, rallying them up from day one with the conspiracies about Barack Obama's birthright, birth certificate, and all of that nonsense, right? So been brewing ever since then. Now that we have elected a con man in 2016, he has conned regular folks. I'm not going to say all of them are horrible people, but he has conned a few of them into thinking that he's some kind of savior through conspiracies about child molestation and aliens and all this other crap. You know what I'm saying? So don't be confused. This didn't happen overnight. You got the fake ass woke black crowd talking about, oh, that was staged. No, it wasn't fucking staged. It wasn't staged at all. This was planned. You know what I'm saying? Planned. You know, you got the tweets that I just read to you. January 6th, be there. It's going to be wild. He gets up there, says these awful things, rallying up people, getting into their emotions. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing I couldn't understand was some of the black supporters listening to him directly, right? But most of them, I would say the ones that were there, they listened to him and tuned in some other frequencies or who knows. But majority of the black ones, I suspect that they actually don't even really listen to Trump, actually. You know, they get their information third fold or from the third rail to get them lit up from the likes of Fox News, Rush Limbaugh, Hannity, or whatever, wherever they come from, right? Not understanding, exactly. They don't actually see with these crimes that he commits with their own eyes. So they're hearing it from other people or other sources. And there's a lot of people that believe these QAnon. They're right on there. They're right. Them black people are right there, you know? So don't be surprised you see those little pieces of chocolate dookie sprinkled in around the crowd, wandering around the Capitol, breaking in, because I don't see how I even got that far, but I do see how it got that far. Because everyone knows, and I hate to go there, if there was a black movement or any other kind of movement or any kind of rights, first of all, it would have been delegitimized before we even got that far, like they do everything that black people speak of. And not only that, you take 2 steps over that little rinky-dink fence and see what happened to your black behind, okay? Right. So now, here we are. We all know, so I'm not going to bore you with the details of the clowns ravaging through the offices of the Capitol and the hallways, busting people in the heads, killing police officers and all of that. But now, here we are. Like I said, the fuse has been lit. There are more angry people out there now than ever, right? So now they're claiming that Trump, let me get my notes together, that he didn't incite any riot or anything, despite, his speeches beforehand. But guess what? Half of the people, I can guarantee, maybe even more than half, I say a good 75, maybe even 90% of them, I'm just going to go full 90% of them, had no clue that the American election wasn't certified till almost 2 months after Election Day. And if you'd have took a poll on November the 1st, they guarantee you most of them thought that the election would be, that elections are certified on election night through NBC or CBS or whoever the heck they get their news from, right? But that's not the case. That's not the case. There's several processes, right? Get to finish with the states tally their votes. The states certify their votes, right? Their electoral, send it in, you know what I'm saying? And then here we are, January 6th. And then, the final electoral votes are counted and certified, right? And the vice president resides over them. So, how do we get this far? By ignorance, right? By ignorance. And I guarantee you, most of those people did not know about January 6th unless it came from Trump and the media. And the Trump MAGA machine, also known as Breitbart and QAnon and Parler app and all that crap, right? They had no clue about it up until this day. Even people that are 50, 60, 70 years old didn't know about that. But guess what? Most of those don't get a slap on the wrist. You got the man, I don't know if you've seen the viral video, man, crying in the airport, talking about he's a terrorist. You're damn right you are. You're damn right you are. What oath do you take when you become an elected official or even a police officer? Protect from enemies, foreign and foreign and domestic. Right or wrong? So here we are today. Now, from what I see and hear, and I know a lot of people want to impeach, but the reason I don't agree with that is, what good is it going to do but drag things on? Drag them on, get embarrassed, and it's going, not only will he not be impeached, if you go up there with that impeachment crap, that's going to give the MAGA crowd more strength. Like they got the strength from the crimes he committed from the first impeachment. And see, they think that there's truth to it once he keeps committing his crimes and getting away with them or getting slaps on the wrist. He must be on to something. He's not on to shit. He's not on to nothing. Right? So my main thing is what they should do with the 14th Amendment. Go ahead and get your Google machines out. Go ahead. Section 3 or Part 3 of the 14th Amendment would bar him from running for any public office, especially the president. He couldn't run for state or local offices. He couldn't even run in some districts as a dog catcher. You had to vote for the dog catcher in animal control in some areas, right? He couldn't even do that. That's what he needs. That's what needs to be done. Instead of making him a martyr in other ways of just disgracing him with impeachment, no, just bar him from getting up there again. And then Not only that, do not convict that man for federal crimes, because it's just easy for the next Republican to get up there and pardon him or make him look good again and all of that mess, right? Even if he was impeached, even though he threatened Mike Pence's life, even though he didn't do anything for Mike Pence, right? When he was in that building in a safe room, locked away. We're going to get to that in a second. But what they should do is bar him from life from ever holding public office again, especially for inciting a riot or insurrection, as it now is called. So yeah, let's talk about that, what I just mentioned about Mike Pence. See what happens? Anyone paying attention to this man's evil intentions, if anyone dares go against him, he has created a curtain of fear. To me, it's a paper curtain, but it's a curtain of fear, where he turned his right-hand man who stood there through all the Charlottesville nonsense, through all the other racist things, the border control and all of that. He stood there, didn't say a word. But the second Trump felt that Pence crossed his path, he sicked his little MAGA maggots on him. And they were running around. Hang Mike Pence. Hang Mike Pence. Are you serious? But that's the kind of personality that you vote for. That's the kind of personality that you look up to. Someone that turns on their friends. He claims he doesn't like snitches, but he's a snitch. From what I've read before, go look into his dealings with his Trump casino in Atlantic City. And you might find out he might have helped the FBI out along the way because the mob was on his ass. Okay? So now, here we are again. Like I said, I'm your man, Street Tutor, and check this out. You can always find me on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or anywhere you listen to your podcast at. All right? Check us out on Twitter, Street Eye View Podcast, Street Tutor X. All right, now let's get back to things here. Let's check out the notes here, because the case is getting strong on him. So not only did he tweet this out, like I said, be there or be square, basically, right? But the main thing I want to get on before I get up out of here is this whole fiasco is a slap in the face to anyone who ever has felt real injustice in the United States. But we didn't get up in arms. We didn't go storm government buildings, spit in police officer faces. No, we didn't do any of that. We just sat quiet, tried to protest, where they kneeled on the football field and were called sons of bitches, booed on when they got on the field. But this is okay? This is okay? This is a slap in the face. And tell me that I'm wrong. I didn't think so. You were met with ultimate force if you dare said anything or got 3 to 4 black men together to say anything against how you think you were treated or felt by police brutality or anything else out here. Okay, because I'm listening.
Anyone know what this is?
Right, I didn't think so. So here we are again, with nothing's going to happen to this man. He's going to walk away scot-free, maybe, with this crime. But we all know that there are other crimes that he will not escape from, which are his state crimes in the state of New York, money laundering schemes, other things, tax evasion, all kind of things. So I'm just telling you, keep your third eye open, folks. And for you black people out there that's following this man, just listen to what he says. Don't listen to what Rush tells you while you're on your lunch break. Don't listen to what Fox News is doing, because right now they're seeking out the fake-ass woke black man and turning him against his own interests, the same way they've done to the poor white man. Because let me tell you something. It wasn't just poor white men out there busting heads and breaking windows. They said the median income of the MAGA white citizen is around $70,000, $80,000. And you know why they were out there? because they were convinced that they've been treated badly, that someone has taken their other jobs or prohibited them from achieving more wealth, when that's not the case. Everyone knows that white men have in the United States have an upper hand or privilege or whatever you want to call it. So there's no reason for them to be out there crying about anything other than they were just fueled by hate. And that's it. Hate. Those same black MAGA hat wearing cats running through the Capitol. Guess what? Those white dudes that were part of, they said over 9+ white supremacist groups were in there. Over 9+. And I'm not talking about your radio-friendly KKK these days. I'm talking about Boogaloo boys who wanted to burn the United States down, and Proud Boys and all that other nonsense. So yeah, they were there in full force, running around, zip ties and all that nonsense. Who's to say not only was it MAGA people in there, but who's to say what else was in that crowd? You could have had 2 or 3 bad actors from other foreign places in there. They had capture and kill teams that run through, ravage, looking for heads of state to kill them or who knows what. But this is what you incited. It was an attack on the United States. Whether you love it or like it, it was an attack. And if the United States was to fall tomorrow, half of you wouldn't even know what to do. And half of you would be saying, oh, how did we get here? You know how you got there? By not participating, by not speaking up, by not saying anything, by laughing or saying, oh, this is just politics. See, that's the problem. It's not just politics. See, Trump isn't playing. Everyone else is playing politics. The Republicans that all hated him, Lindsey Graham, Ted Cruz, all hated Trump 2015-16. But when they realized he had a following, and a cult-like following, that they could use that as a distraction to keep him in office, to get their agenda done, their political agenda, that is. But now it has backfired. Now all of a sudden they want to jump ship. And go check out my recent podcast where I said that before. Near the end, they're going to jump ship because they hated him anyway. They knew he was an imbecile. But they used his notoriety to put him up front, distract with the tweets and the nonsense and the hate and the rhetoric all day, right? And the trickery and the tricknology that he spewed out his little thin ass lips, right? But they used that. They were smart in using that. Hey, look at this. Look at this bright, funny clown over here, right? Orange clown. But they used that. But now, oh, no, we can't have this. He has done the unthinkable. So where are we now? We need to get to the bottom of this, and don't be surprised that this fuse has been lit and is not over. It's not over. All right, people, I'm out. It's your man Street 2 to X. See you on the next podcast.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Fellow Americans. Fellow Americans. Ask what you can do for your country. Fellow Americans. Ask what you can do for your country. Fellow Americans. Ask what you can do for your country.
Staying true to our traditions as a nation of laws advances our security as well as our values.